What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down who Belal Muhammad's worst matchup is going to be, because last night he dog walked Leon Edwards. He defeated him. He impressed me. Even though I picked Leon Edwards to win, I was really happy to see Belal win. I was like, when he dunked Leon Edwards on his head, I got hype. Because I wanted to see Belal Muhammad win, man. I wanted to see him win, even though I picked Leon Edwards. Just because I pick somebody to win a fight doesn't mean I want them to win, alright? I just go with the most logical answer. Leon Edwards was the most logical answer, alright? But right here, we have a picture of Dana White about to give Belal Muhammad his belt. But let's get past all that mess. Let's get straight into Belal Muhammad's record now, man. His last loss was to Jeff Neal. That was a while ago now. 2019. Almost 5 years ago now. Insane. That's been a long time. Since then, he's been on a tear, man. Since then, he's been on a tear in the welterweight division. It starts here. The really good names start here, though. He defeats Damian Maia, then Wonderboy, then Vicente Luque, then Sean Brady, then Gilbert Burns, man. And then the most recent one last night, he defeated Leon Edwards, was an amazing performance. It was really impressive. Anybody who called that boring fight, I don't know. I've seen way more. Colby versus Leon was way more boring than that fight. That's all I'm going to say. It definitely was. Colby versus Leon was way more boring than Leon versus Belal. That's all I'm going to say. It wasn't the most entertaining fight. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like it was the most boring fight I ever watched in my life. People are just saying that because it's Belal Muhammad. They didn't even watch the fight. They just want to chat on Belal Muhammad's name. But they got to give him his respect now, man. He's the champ now. He got his respect. But we're going to get into, will Belal Muhammad have a title defense? I do not think so, man. I don't think so. Because these three guys, I think all of them could beat him. But on the flip side, I think Belal Muhammad could beat all these guys too. But let's get straight into it, though. His first. I'm ranking these matchups of how likely they are to beat Belal Muhammad. I'm ranking these matchups in that way. Kamaru Usman, man. Kamaru Usman. If this was Kamaru Usman a couple of years ago, he would dog walk Belal. He would destroy Belal. He would knock Belal out on the feet easy. But because this is Kamaru Usman now, on the shaky knees, on the wobblestone cobblestone knees, as Lucas Glazy would say, I don't know if I can trust bro to beat Belal Muhammad. I feel like Belal Muhammad could stuff the takedowns. I feel like he would just piece Kamaru Usman up a little bit. But I can see Kamaru Usman knocking him out. I can still see it. He had a really close fight against Khamzat Chimaev, which is really impressive, man. And that fight against Leon that he just had also was really close, man. He was just really scared of getting headshot deaded again, which was his downfall in that fight. And Leon Edwards was cheating a lot in that fight, grabbing the cage, which he did last night as well. Let's not get past that. Everybody wants to talk about how Kamaru Usman was such a big cheater. But we're not talking about how Leon Edwards is also a cheater, though. We're not going to talk about that. Come on. We got to keep it fair for everybody. Whoever's a cheater, we got to call that out, man. We can't have favorites. Come on. That's not fair. That's not fair to any of the fighters. But I think Kamaru Usman, he's kind of old, man. He's on the tail end of his career, but I think he can still get the job done against Belal Muhammad. But out of these three guys, I think he's least likely to do it. Out of these three guys, I think for sure he's the least likely to do it. Second most likely fighter to do it, Della Maddalena, man. Best boxer in the welterweight division by far. Even though Jeff Neal's a pretty good boxer, Della Maddalena, the way he just mixes up combos from the body to the head is just like beautiful to watch, man. Even though some of his fights, I don't know, were a little sussy. The Kevin Holland fight was a little, I don't know, stinky babinky, but we're going to look past that. The fight against Gilbert Burns, what a comeback victory that was. He had the dog in him. He wasn't like Leon Edwards' last fight, just letting the fight get away from him. He had the dog in him to go get the comeback, to win the fight, to push in the final round, to get the dub, man. That's Della Maddalena. He's a dog. He's definitely a dog. I think he could definitely beat Belal Muhammad. I think he could stuff Belal Muhammad's takedowns, and I think he could put the boxing on Belal Muhammad. Belal Muhammad, he could pressure somebody. Like, the way he was piecing up Leon last night was because he was just, like, staying in Leon's comfortable range. Leon likes to stay in kicking range, which he does against Colby and Usman. He likes to stay in the kicking range, kick your legs, kick your head, just make you, like, think the whole fight. But Belal Muhammad didn't give any chance for that. He was just in Leon's face, piecing him up, just throwing shots at him. Even if he was getting clipped, he wasn't scared of clipping Leon Edwards back. You got to give Belal respect for that. He was in Leon Edwards' face the whole time. He was risking getting KO'd in front of the English crowd. He didn't care. He just wanted that win so bad. Khabib gave him a good game plan. I got to shout out Khabib because he really did. If that's the game plan that he gave Belal Muhammad, it worked. So what else can you say? That's the game plan that he gave him. He won. Khabib might be the greatest coach of all time. I don't know, man. I don't know. Islam defeats Charles Oliveira with Khabib in his corner. He defeats Dustin Poirier. I don't know, man. He might be the best. But Belal Muhammad's hardest fight, his hardest matchup, Shavkat Rakhmonov, man. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Because you know what? Jack Della Maddalena is definitely going to bring a dogfight to Belal Muhammad. But Shavkat Rakhmonov would bring a different level of dogfight to Belal Muhammad, man. The only reason why the Jeff Neal fight was kind of close before he got the finish was because Jeff Neal has power in those hands. He knocked out Belal Muhammad before. That's Belal Muhammad's last loss to Jeff Neal, man. To Jeff Neal. Shavkat Rakhmonov finished that guy in the third round. He finished that guy in the third round. Jeff Neal is a great fighter. He's one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. I can definitely see Shavkat Rakhmonov. I don't think he would submit Belal. I don't think he would take him down and just beat him up. I think he would clip Belal with a really bad shot and just put him out. I think that's how he would do it. I think Jack Della Maddalena would finish him the same way. I see all of three of these guys getting a TKO on Belal. That's the only way I see them beating him. I don't think they can. Belal's a really good grappler, underrated grappler. I don't think that any of these guys could out-grapple Belal. I think he could stuff all of their takedowns. Belal Muhammad's really good, man. The performance last night, I could see him beating all three of these guys too. Even though it would be boring and that would suck to see him beat all three of these guys, I could really see it. But that's it for this video. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Man, we hit 50 subs lately. Run it up. Keep running it up. We're running it up every day, man. We're going to hit 100 soon. And we're going to go to 1K, 100K, man. We're not stopping. We're not stopping at all. We're keeping this hype train going every day, man. Turn the noties on. Every day you can expect the video. Today, I might have the craziest day today. You won't even know. But I'm still dropping that vid. Turn the noties on, man. Thank you for tuning in, though, and I'll see you in the next one.